What's up, marketers? Welcome back to our YouTube channel where we talk about all things Facebook ads. My name is Sydney, and today I want to talk to you about Facebook ad creative angles. So I'm first going to tell you what is a creative angle, why you need different creative angles, and how you can generate them for your business and for your... We always talk about Facebook ads, but really this goes for any creative ad that you're making, whether it's like TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it is. I'm going to show you how to come up with those new creative angles to present them to your audience. So before we get started, if you are also running on coffee and marketing, give this video a thumbs up. But also, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do that. We release new videos every single week about Facebook ad creatives, about the technical back end of all things Facebook ads, and we're here to help you through your marketing journey. So make sure you subscribe. I want to first dive in today with explaining what a creative angle is. An angle means a way in which you are presenting a solution to a given problem. So whatever the problem is, whether it's a problem in someone's life, whether it's a problem with your business or your industry, you're presenting a solution in multiple different ways. Let me give you an example of why it's important to create angles, different angles for different types of people based on your industry or whoever it is that you're trying to target. So let's just say this is your entire audience on whatever platform that you're advertising on. But in this case, we're going to talk about Facebook advertising. So this is your, 4 million, 5 million person audience that you are trying to target. So let's say you are a protein supplement company and you want to advertise to these people. So you create up a couple ads, and the first one you make is going to reach this audience. Now, Facebook is always going to reach the people first that they think are most likely to convert or take the action that you want. Usually that is going to be a conversion or a purchase on your website. And so as a protein supplement company, you know that protein supplements can be expensive, like protein powder can be expensive. And a lot of the times people want something that is a good price, the majority of people. So the first messaging that you use is about price. And Facebook puts out your ad to the people who are most likely to convert, which is these people inside of this little, upside down triangle. Now, once the ad has been shown to a certain number of people, there's only so many people that this messaging is going to resonate with. So this angle, the pricing angle. So once you sort of burned through this audience where your messaging about pricing isn't working out so well, you need to come up with new ways of reaching the people who are on the right hand here and the left side here. So what you need to do now is generate new ideas and new angles to try to reach more and more people. Let's say for your protein powder company, you know that a really important factor aside from price is actually the quality of the protein that it's coming from, where it's sourced from, the ingredients that they use, the fillers that are in it. So you know that this is another second major objection or concern that someone has when they're buying protein powder. So then you create up another ad, and this ad's messaging is based on the quality of the protein powder. And so Facebook will show your ad to a certain amount of people that are most likely to convert. And then once you see your results start to taper off or not doing as well as they were before, it's time to find a new angle to reach more and more people. So again, you need to come up with a new idea. You know that as your, protein powder company, you know that the shipping can be an issue. Where it's coming from, how fast it is. So how can you use this different angle about shipping and that process of shipping to show your potential customers what it's like to actually buy from you? So let's say, for example, you have a subscription-based protein powder company. That is a different angle where they don't have to go out and buy the protein powder. They don't have to search for a new brand. And once they understand that the price is good, that is really good quality, the shipping is the last factor, the last objection that you can overcome to help convince them to actually buy from you. So not every angle that you use is going to be relevant for every single person. For me, I like the quality, and I would rather pay a little bit more for good quality. Shipping maybe isn't so much of an issue for me because I know that I understand what it's like to own a business. I know what it's like to ship it out. So like fast shipping isn't so important if I know it's coming from a good quality source. So this is just an example of why you need to be trying out different angles or different approaches to presenting your brand to people who don't know who you are. Now, obviously, you can think of these different angles just from the top of your head. Maybe you know them really well and they just stored in your memory. But I know what helps for me is actually going through a set of questions that are designed to help me find these answers of these objections to the questions that people have and why they're maybe not buying from me, or different angles that you can use. So what I've done is I've actually created this ideal customer profile worksheet that you can download. I'll put the link for this download in the description below. And this will bring you through all the questions that you need to target your ideal customer profile. So it will go into, basic questions about their gender, where they live, that kind of thing. But when you really get into about your ICP, it'll ask for like, what do customers prioritize in a brand like yours? And then I'll give you an example of why that's important and how you can use it to find new angles or to create new ad content. What are their personal values that they have that may influence their decision to buy from you or not? What is it important for you to have as a brand? Okay, so they're not just like, what are their problems? What are they looking for? It's really digging deep on the questions that sort of hit on the emotional aspects of why someone might buy. Now, there is a decent amount of questions on this sheet, but I promise you, this is the exact sheet that we go over with our clients every single time we onboard a new client, and we'll even revisit it when a few months go by or they introduce a new product, because this will answer all of the questions that you have about how your customer might be feeling before they buy from your brand. So super, super important. I'm not going to go through all these questions, but honestly, like, they're going to help you out so much. What are their biggest fears when it comes to buying from a brand like yours for the first time? Okay, so like, that is a huge question that maybe people aren't really talking about often enough. Well, actually, I know they're not talking about it often enough. Like, how can we overcome this objection in your prospecting or your retargeting audiences to show them like, hey, I know this is your fear about buying from a brand like mine. This is how I resolve that objection. We are not like that. We are different than other brands. So honestly, this is a huge value pack right here. I strongly recommend you guys go download it and actually go through the questions. You can share this with your team. You can share it with marketers who are, advertising for your business. If you're an agency owner, you can use this to go through with your clients. Seriously, we use it every single week. I promise it's very useful. So then once you have a few answers about your ideal customer, obviously there's the ad creation. So like, now you know this different angle that you want to approach with. How do you structure a video, or how do you structure content to actually relay that information? Obviously, like, you can just create a regular image and add that to your copy, but we know that video content is really what's killing it these days. Okay, so I actually created this like very simple video structure, but this can really go for any sort of like any type of strategy that you're using for your ad content. And it really goes into 5 different steps that you need to have throughout your video to make it very compelling. But really, like, these are the 5 elements that you absolutely need to have inside of a video to make it compelling and to have them convert. So for example, if you're working with any influencers, give them this structure with some examples and say, I need you to touch on these points in your own words. Like, please do that because this is what I need. Like, we know that this structure works. So let's go through it. Number 1 is you're going to use the hook, or you're going to present a problem, or you're sort of going to agitate a current situation that they're in. So this would go into the question that I have in the ideal customer profile sheet of like, what are the challenges that they're currently facing in their life that would make them decide to buy from you? Or like, what are some events that might take place before they decide to buy from you? And this can really be like a probing question. Like, it really is just like, oh, that really irks me. Or like, it can be somewhat controversial that will catch their attention without, misinformation, but like somewhat controversial. One that I saw was why older women shouldn't wear makeup. And the point of that was not to say that they shouldn't wear makeup. It's that they shouldn't wear typical brands. They should buy this specific brand. Okay, so like, but that wording of why older women shouldn't buy makeup or shouldn't wear makeup is like, it really just agitates you. And like, now you want to learn more about it. And why would they even never say that? Like, that kind of thing. Okay, so probing question or statement. So if you're an ex, you need this device. You need to stop doing this and then enter something that probably everyone does, like something very common if you are, and then the demographic that you're targeting. So that was the example I just gave you. And that it really just calls out who they are, why they need to stop doing it, and then it also makes them want to read more. Once you've stated that hook, that angle, and really the angle is what's going to go into the hook here, is like what is the new problem that you're presenting to this person? How do you provide the solution? Is what the hook is, or an angle. Second is the solution. So once you've stated this problem, how do you provide a solution for that? And so this can go into like a product shot showing how easy the solution is to use or to take or to like handle. So for example, some text that you could use for this is, I searched for something like this for so long. And now you're providing a solution, okay? I used to do X, but now I have this and I can do Y. Okay, so like I used to be here, but now I'm here. And then you can also just state very plainly the benefits and the features of the thing that the person in the video is doing and what it offers to that person. Now, the third one is huge, is actually a demonstration of how it's used. Especially in the e-commerce space, people don't understand what it's like to buy from you if they've never bought it. Like they can have an assumption of like what it's like to use your product, but always demonstrate the core features and the benefits like that this product is, and like show them how that works. So let's say you're buying a foundation. Show them, like everyone knows what foundation does, but show them how much coverage it has, how well it covers up your blemishes, or like how it doesn't cake on or anything. So show a demonstration of how it works and like the features behind it. So all you have to do is ... I just do this. And you can also show like what it comes with. So for this, like an unboxing video, if it's, if you want to show them like the process of unboxing it, show them what comes inside of it and them demonstrating it. Okay, so fourth is some validation and proof of someone actually using it. So obviously, like you can show the demonstration, but how can you show maybe a testimonial or a before and afters, or an example or an explanation of how they feel after they've used the product or the service that you offer. Okay, so like show them a real life situation that they might be currently in, and now that desired situation of after using the product or the service. Okay, so like really validation and proof that this thing works and it will bring you to your desired situation. And all of these should relate back to that main angle or the hook that you used. Okay, so make sure this is consistent. And finally, an actual call to action. So what makes a regular organic feed post different than an ad is really that call to action, like telling that person what to do once they've watched the video. Okay, so make sure you're always including a call to action, whether that's an outro or it's like a text overlay or someone actually saying it. Tell them what action they should take and what they should do once they're done watching the video. This is super important. Do not forget this, especially when you're running an ad. Of course, you can still use this like in a regular organic post, but as an ad, like never forget this part. Because people are lazy. They don't always know like what you exactly want them to do. It might just be something on their newsfeed. But when you actually tell them, hey, this is the next step, for those who aren't aware of what to do next, that will guide them in the right direction. Okay, and so over all of these different sort of parts of your video, of course, you can have some B-roll, and this basically means, like let's say someone's talking directly to the camera, you don't necessarily need to keep it on their face the entire time. That can sort of make it boring. So how can you add different ways of using the product, like as videos, into the overall video that you're making? So I'm sure that you've seen this, like especially for UGC videos, they're talking with like a voiceover, but there's also something going on the screen as they talk. And so like this is really important. It adds some eye-catching experiences in it. It also can further explain like how they use it. You can even talk about how much you love the product while there's just a video going by of like unboxing it. So you can really throw in some B-roll, what they call, it's just like fillers in there, but add on to the overall structure of the video. Okay, so this is really how we're using different angles and understanding why you need to have different angles inside of your ads to present to new audiences all the time, how you can come up with those new angles and like questions you should be asking yourself through that as a customer profile worksheet. And then also the structure of the videos. Like these things all really go together, and no matter what angle that you're trying to present to your audience, you do need to have some sort of structure in your video, and that structure that I just provided for you is going to be one of the best structures and the simplest to follow. So whether you're sending it to an influencer or your marketing team or a videographer, that structure is really going to help you capture the user's attention and guide them through that process without jumping like in different directions the entire time. So I hope this video helped you out, guys. Always remember that like testing out new angles is really important for any type of ad that you're using. It's even like Google Ads allows you to add multiple different headlines. Even Facebook allows you to add like a dynamic sort of creative, I guess, like for the text, like different options, because they want you to present the audience with different ways that you can like explain your product. So if angle A does not work for this set of people, angle B might work for them. So always be testing out those different angles and understand through that ideal customer profile worksheet how you can come up with them and like really dig deep on those emotional reasons that people would buy it and how can you present that solution to them. So I hope this video helped you guys. Again, if you learned anything new, please hit that thumbs up button, or if you're, running on coffee and marketing. And I do hope to see you in the next video. Subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. We release new videos every single week, and I hope to see you in the next one.